Andy and I have beaten Dispatch. Does the episodic superhero adventure game pack a punch? Or does the game not do the star-studded cast justice? Let's discuss all this and more on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, is Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello, guys. Yeah, so happy to be here for this episode.
And the
Excited to talk
gaming
about
quiz
Dispatch.
champion.
Why you got?
Sorry, Andy.
Oh no, I didn't say it. I was not going to say it again. But no, yeah, like the same with Expedition 33 when we played that Split Fiction, like games that I love. I always enjoy talking about more, and you're obviously going to find out very soon what I think about Dispatch. So yeah, very happy to be here.
And also joined by our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Yes, so they're really nice to be back as always. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about Dispatch because it looks to be like a game that I'm going to really enjoy playing at some point. And also for me, kind of giving my thoughts to Battlefield 6, which is finally being completed. So look forward to talking about that a little bit later on.
Yes, so as mentioned in the cold open, Andy and I will be reviewing Dispatch tonight, and we'll be getting Stephen's review of Battlefield 6. And if we have time, we'll discuss whatever else we have been playing. But let's get straight into it. Don't want to beat around the bush. Andy, Dispatch.
Yes,
We both played it, both started it on the same day, both finished it on the same day. I think we're kind of relatively
I
close.
think so. Yeah, I was trying to keep up with you, and then also like slightly ahead of you, just because I was wanting more of this game. Each episode, I was wanting more, wanting more. I didn't want to finish it. When you started streaming, I was hoping that I was ahead of you. So then I'd literally finish that episode. You'd jump on and stream it, and I'd be watching the episode I just completed, just because I wanted to see more of Dispatch. So yeah, we definitely played it similar times.
Yeah. So just for some background for anyone who doesn't know what Dispatch is an episodic adventure game developed and published by Ad Hoc Studio, who it's their first game being made, and it was made in collaboration with Critical Role, which is how a lot of the voice
Yes.
actors were obviously cast. Um, it's a game similar in vein, Stephen, to Walking Dead.
Yeah, like
It's,
Wolf Among Us.
yeah,
That
but
kind
still
of.
different. It's not a Telltale game in such that in The Walking Dead, for example, you walk around the wherever you are, say the farm at the beginning of Walking Dead, I always remember, and you're like interacting with things like that. Whereas this is those kind of moments are just cutscenes, interactive cutscenes. There's no walking around at all in this game,
Yeah.
like literally none.
No.
But it's also different in that this has a full-on game mechanic, which is the dispatching element. So essentially, the story is, and I don't want to go into spoilers, Andy, because obviously Stephen might play it,
No. No. Yeah. Of course.
and anyone else.
I definitely will play it as
Yeah,
well. So yeah, definitely
and it's not
appreciate
a
no
full-price game,
spoilers.
so it's definitely one to jump onto. But
Yeah.
essentially, you play as a guy called Robert,
Robert. Yeah.
voiced by
Robert
Aaron
Morris.
Paul. He, let's just say he was a superhero. He loses his ability to be a superhero, um, and ends up working for a company that dispatches superheroes. So, a company that a load of superheroes work for. He sits there behind a computer with a headset on and gets the calls in from people saying, "Oh, my cat's stuck in a tree," or "My house is burning down," blah blah, or more serious things like a superhero villain person is doing something over here, whatever, and you send the appropriate hero to the appropriate issue. Um, Sounds simple. It's a relatively simple mechanic, but it works really, really well. What we'll go into that in a minute, Andy. Um,
Yeah.
that's the basis of the game. Obviously, there's a story here about Robert and his old superhero activities, let's say. And there's lots of different characters you meet along the way, which we'll mention some of them in name and our favorite characters, but won't go into their individual stories and whatnot. But um, that's essentially what this game is. It's 8 episodes, roughly an hour long, apart from the last one, which was about an hour and a half for me. I think probably the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
for you,
Definitely a
Andy.
bit
Yeah.
longer. Yeah.
In terms of the cast, you've got Aaron Paul, as we mentioned. We've got Jeffrey Wright, Laura Bailey, Matthew Mercer. Then you've got some more content creative people names like Jack Septisai. I think I'm saying that name right.
Oh, yeah.
Most Critical. Was it Moist Critical? I always thought it was Most. Alana Pierce, and a rapper called Young Gravy, who I don't know who that is. And Erin Yvette, who I don't know who that is either, but I believe she plays Blonde Blazer, Andy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, that's my prediction anyway, because I can't see. She plays Blonde Blazer, yes. She's also in Hades
Cool,
2
cool,
this
cool.
year and Metroid Prime 4. She's a fucking great year.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, that's the kind of setting. That's what a game is. You're basically dispatching superheroes, and obviously there's a bigger story. There's a main villain in this story, who has like a gang of supervillains as well. Andy, what did you think of Dispatch?
Where to begin, man? I love this game. Like, I hadn't even seen much about it, and an article pops up on Facebook one day saying, I think it was on the PlayStation group that I'm in. This game is got like a 4.89 rating on the PlayStation Store. It had tons of reviews. It's £32, something like that. And I was like, where the fuck does this game come from? With quite a few of the games this year that's happened with. But I saw that, and then I saw it was had some sort of superhero element to it. So I was like, okay. And without even reading too much into it or looking too much into it, I knew I was going to buy the game straight away. I put it in my top 10 list before I'd even played it and sort of predicted where I thought it was going to go. But yeah, no, I honestly loved every single minute of Dispatch, and I said it to Welchy when I was watching his stream when he was doing the last levels. I didn't want it to end. Like, I just wanted there to be more. And I get, obviously, games are good because they conclude and they come to an end, and then obviously if they keep you wanting more, then obviously that's a good sign of a good game, and then hopefully they do another one. But yeah, I was surprised by how mature this game was as well. Like, there's so much comedy, and the cutscenes with certain characters, like one of the very first scenes, like the language that they use, I was like, okay, it's that sort of game. They're just gonna say these certain rude things. I'm like, okay, we're in for a fun time here. Straight away from the get go, I knew this was going to be a fun game that I was going to laugh at many times. And I don't want to say some of the things they said just because I want you to
Yeah.
experience it as well, Stephen. But yeah, from episode 1, I thought it got better and better as well. I think I still think episode 6, probably episode 8 and then episode 6 now, actually. Depending on if episode 7 went a different way, it might have been episode 6, but the way that episode 6 ended, because it had that emotional punch to it as well, that was my favorite episode up to that point. But then obviously episode 8, the way that ended and certain things happening, like, I really enjoyed that moment as well. The dispatching element is really cool and fun to do. At first I wasn't sure how they was going to do it, but like you say, it's a very simple concept, and you just do it. They just do it so well, and it's like there's strategy to it as well. So obviously you don't want to mess up your calls. You have like a certain amount of missions, Stephen, that like, or crimes that pop up that you have to solve, and depending on how well you do, so say you complete 10 of them well, fail 5, miss a couple, you have a bar that goes up and down, which depends, which alters sort of your role as that dispatcher. I can't remember what the different levels were, but so you're having to choose wisely which sort of superheroes you want to send to each crime, because you don't want to, I don't know, send someone that's mostly combat to something that's going to require someone being smarter. And then if you've got one where it's like, oh, there's a fight breaking out, you then might want to require someone, you're thinking, do I want to go combat here to go combat to combat, or do you send someone smarter who's going to talk them out of fighting? So there is a lot of strategy to it as well, but it's such a simple concept and it just works so well. And it adds that extra layer to this sort of episode game where obviously a lot of it is cutscenes. It's like you're watching a TV show. So when they throw those elements in, it's like, oh, this is really cool. This is really fun. And then obviously you've got the hacking side to it as well, Welchy, which there's a trophy to do all of those without failing one. I'm like, I want to try and get platinum on Dispatch at one point, but I feel like that's going to be the one that I struggle with. Just because obviously you do have timers on some of them as well. So yeah. But yeah, no, really fun game, really strong characters, strong voice actors. Like you say, Jeffrey Wright does steal the show a bit. Also, Aaron Paul as Robert is obviously great. Invisigal, I really like as well, and Blonde Blazer. All the characters really. Waterboy. Who voices Waterboy?
It's a good question. I'm gonna look at that.
because I do want to know that. But yeah, Waterboy. And the other thing I like about this game, while you're searching up who plays Waterboy, is the fact that we can have unique experiences still. So obviously, this game gives you choices, and based on your choices, that depends on what happens. And obviously, when I was watching Welch's stream, I sort of told him what choices I went down and sort of what route I went down in terms of the story and the decisions that I made. And then obviously saw the decisions that Welchy made, and seeing how that changed his story compared to my story with certain characters, it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. Um, Obviously, in particular, Flambe, that particular scene. Nothing still happened with me on that side, so I don't know if I missed something in terms of him finding out about a certain thing. But obviously, on your side, when he walks through the door and something happens, I was like, okay, that's funny. Completely
Yeah.
different side, to,
Oh man, what a
different
moment.
style to mine. But yeah, there's so many moments that can be different for different gamers. So you could play it, Steve, and have a completely different sort of story. Not completely different story, but some of the decisions do change some decisions
Yeah.
throughout. So it'd be interesting to see sort of what decisions you make and how that impacts your playthrough of it as well. But yeah, I can't rate this game highly enough. I want season 2 like right now.
What score would you give it, Andy?
What did I give Split Fiction?
10.
Okay, oh, this is 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10 for
Hey,
Dispatch.
wow.
You guys give
Yeah,
10 out of 10s like they're fucking easy. You've given
no,
one,
this you
two,
can.
they're giving 5, 10 out of 10. I mean, you played great games this year.
Yeah, this is. I can't think of anything I don't like about this game. Like, I'm trying to think now. Like, I don't know if there's anything I
Change.
didn't
Yeah,
enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like the
there's.
only thing that you're unhappy with is that you
I
want
want
more.
more
There's
of
not
it.
more. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
literally, and that's a good thing.
yeah, yeah,
Like it's so compact. The episodes are like I feel like they're the right length. The
Yes.
story is like really good. The comedy, it's all just so good. And the fact it is like 8 hours, that's like a decent amount of time. Like that's the
yeah.
right amount of time for them to conclude and wrap up this story. Although I want more, I'm not disappointed at the length of it
Mhm.
because that was the right thing for them to do.
I'd also say, in terms of the length, it's the perfect length for replayability. If
Yes,
this
yeah,
was double the length, yes, you'd be happy because it was so
yeah,
good and so long, but replaying that would be a bit more daunting.
yeah.
For the
The only
platinum, for
thing I
example, and
might
getting all the
say,
things you want. But now
yeah,
it's like, oh, 8 hours. I mean, that's quite a lot of time still, but
yeah,
it's not that scary.
yeah, because I was reading comments on a article about Dispatch and people talking about it, and I think one of the things that someone mentioned is the fact that it's short. It does add that replayability to it. Um, Plus, I don't think you can skip cutscenes, is what someone was saying.
Yeah,
So if it was any longer and you couldn't skip cutscenes and dialogue, you're obviously going to get quite frustrated that quickly if you're going for the platinum.
yeah,
Whereas if
but I
it's short
think
enough,
the good thing about this is if you're playing it again, you're probably making different choices. So you're probably
yeah,
going to
yeah.
see cutscenes you haven't seen before, or like slight variations to the
Oh yeah, true,
cutscenes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I could play this at least 3 times um, without wanting to skip
yeah.
cutscenes. It was only if I did 4 or 5 runs, which you probably don't have to do to get to platinum because it's not particularly that difficult. It is just making sure you get those other decisions pop up.
Hmm.
So yeah, I might have looked a bit shocked then because it just popped on my phone. I got notifications saying we've lost you, Andy. So it must have been from before when my Wi-Fi went out. So I was like,
No, you're still here.
You're like
Doesn't
literally
matter.
talking to me. I was like, have you lost me?
They haven't lost
But
you
yeah,
yet. No, you're still here. Um, yeah, 10 out of 10. Unless I understand that where I'm coming from, I fucking love this game as well. I want to
yeah,
go back
yeah,
to a point you said about the language, and you don't want to spoil anything. I guess, Stephen, to give you an idea, this is not a spoiler, of the kind of comedy and language that are used in this game. One of the villains who you don't even meet, it's just one of these villains that they're like, because someone calls in saying that they're there. His name is
Yeah.
Mindfuck. That is literally his name. So like
So,
that is the tamest thing I can tell you without going anywhere else. But
yeah,
that's the kind of thing you're dealing with. This game is fantastic. I mean, I automatically compare it to The Walking Dead, and for obvious reasons, although it is so different at the same time. and I'd say it's up there with The Walking Dead in terms of the best kind of a Telltale like game. Although I think if they continue to do this dispatching element, this might be a whole new genre. Dispatching could be a genre of game.
Mm.
It's that kind of interesting. The performances are unbelievable from everyone. The voice actor for Waterboy is a man called, I just had it, Joel Haver, who's a YouTuber essentially. So he's one of the content
Oh,
creator
okay.
people, probably in
Cool.
Critical Role or something. Yeah, performances were amazing. Obviously, in the last episode, I gave my best performance to Jeffrey Wright as his performance as Chase. Chase? Is that his
Yeah.
name? Yeah, Chase.
That's his code name, isn't it?
Yes.
He's
yes.
Trackstar.
Trackstar,
Yeah.
Who's just phenomenal. His introduction was amazing, and then he's amazing throughout. I agree. I think this is pretty much the perfect length for me. Yes, I'd like more. Don't get me wrong. I want a season 2 or some DLC or just a new game. Whatever they want to do, I'm here for it. All the characters had their own personalities, which I loved. Some of them were hilarious. Some of them not so funny, but still great. I would say the only thing I didn't like, I feel like there was a lull in the middle, particularly with the story. So I think if you was playing this episodically, like when it was coming out, I think after episode 3 and 4, I'd have been like, that wasn't enough for me this week. I wanted more than that. Like I couldn't tell you right now what happened in those chapters. 1 and 2 were great introduction. 3 and 4, I was like, okay, where are we? Like, I get you've got to do the filler story. You've got to get us into the characters. I completely get it, but I feel like luckily we played it in one go, Andy, so we didn't have to wait a week. But I feel like if I was waiting a week after that, I'd have been like, okay, I'm still excited for the rest, but you might be losing me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
That was
pulled straight back in after 5 and 6.
That was one of the arguments I saw on this article with people like commenting saying like, if you don't like episode games or you don't want to wait, just wait until the episodes come out and then binge play it. It's like you have that choice.
Yeah.
So obviously that's what we both done. I didn't purposely do that. I don't know what we was playing at the time, but it worked out well that all the episodes were released when I bought it. So yeah, maybe I would have had that feeling if I played 3 and 4, then had to wait a week for the next one.
But I still had that feeling playing as we did. Like I technically played it episodically, but obviously much quicker. Like I stream a few chapters and not stream. But there were still enough decisions in those chapters which had consequences and blah blah blah. What I love about this game is that the consequences or the decisions are massive, and the variations in gameplay seem to be, even from a minor decision, like me and Andy made slight changes to what we decided, massive differences. Like you said, with flambe, my flambe found out things that your flambe didn't, and then that led to things in the cutscenes which you wouldn't have experienced, but you luckily got to see it from my one. So many different things you can do and so many different possibilities. I saw that the developer said that there's one particular end state of the game that no one's managed to get yet.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be like one of those things where it's like, how long is it going to take for someone to get that?
To figure it out,
that scene or whatever.
So I'm sure someone's gone and been like, done all... It's not really like a right and a wrong answer to any question, but like all one way, then gone all the other way. I guess
there's like so many... I guess there's like so many combinations though, like of you make one decision there that leads you to 3 different decisions, and or you make a different choice there, it's a different 3 decisions, and then that decision leads to another 3 decisions. Like, I wonder how many actual combinations there are in this game.
Yeah, it's unlimited, I imagine, almost.
One
thing that this game doesn't have, which other games like this do, like Detroit Become Human is the best example. Detroit Become Human literally shows you that. So it literally shows like this massive map of like, you made this decision, which meant you didn't get all this. You did get this. So that's quite cool in that sense. But what this game actually does do is it shows you the percentages of what people did, which I'm calling bullshit on some of that stuff, by the way.
I feel like if it shows you though, like if I had my story at the end and it said, oh, this is what happened, but this is what would have happened if you went this way or whatever.
Sorry, it doesn't show you that. It's blank. It basically says these are all the paths that are available. You've gone up this path. It doesn't say. It doesn't say, oh, you would have had this. It's more, look at these possibilities.
Because I feel like that would obviously ruin the replayability of it. You obviously don't want to know what those other choices would have been.
No, from memory, they're all blanked out.
That's right.
which is fun. But yeah, this game's incredible. I think my only gripes with it is probably that kind of low in the middle, and I would say it's not as interactive as a Walking Dead. Obviously, the dispatching part is, but the cutscenes, there's a few decisions here and there. Then there's a few fight scenes where you interact, but the Walking Dead is a Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a bit more interactive, more gameplay-y. But then the dispatching part is such a big gameplay component that I kind of allow that to happen because you've got this big gameplay moment, then basically cutscenes with a few decisions to make.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to the characters. The characters are phenomenal. Like they're absolutely incredible. I love them all. Like these, to have a game to make you fall in love with these characters in the same way, essentially, that Invincible made me fall in love with their characters. And I'd actually argue there's some characters here that I prefer to Invincible. Like
Yeah,
there's
I
so
can see
many
that.
good characters in this, and I would love
It's
them. I think you might have even put it in the Twitch stream, or was it Jack? I think it was you to do a collab with the
a
games.
crossover. Yeah, that'd be so cool. If you're dispatching Invincible like superheroes,
But that's
whatever.
what I think we then went into that
Yeah,
conversation saying
yeah, yeah.
they should make this developer. If I'm Invincible, the people behind Invincible, I'm like, give them Invincible, give
Yeah,
them
yeah.
Invincible,
They
and
do
let's
such a good
make
game.
and because who's a dispatcher in Invincible? It's what's his face? He's essentially a dispatcher. The guy with half a face missing. Oh my
Um,
god, what's his name?
what's his name? The one that's been like remade like 46 times or
Well,
something.
he's his mate, isn't he? Yeah, he's his like robot mate. Oh my god, what's his
So
name? Cecil.
Cecil,
Cecil is
yeah,
essentially the head of whatever their company's called.
yeah, yeah. But you could even
Effectively, he's a
be his
dispatcher.
sideman.
Exactly, you could be him.
Yeah,
Which he's not the most exciting person to be, but
no, but
controlling those heroes would
his
be.
comedy.
And
Yeah, yeah,
you could make a fun backstory for him. Honestly, if I'm Invincible, I'm looking at that thinking that is the game. Yes, we've got
yeah,
this
yeah.
fighting game coming out, but a
I think that's why
dispatching
I
game
enjoyed
of
it so
Invincible.
much. Like when I first saw Dispatch, the colors that they use reminded me of Invincible. So I was like,
Hmm.
I sort of sense Invincible in Dispatch. So I think that was part of the reason why I really wanted to play it because
Hmm.
we've just had such fun time with Invincible recently, and obviously the hype for the new season coming out. What a perfect game to release, Dispatch. Like,
I think
yeah,
if someone said to me, "What is your dream game?" It's now this. It is
yeah,
now Invincible, but like this. Like it would
yeah,
be perfection. I mean, even Marvel, for fuck's sake. If I'm a superhero or DC, look at this. Look at it's an amazing way
yeah.
to bring your characters in. I know
I feel,
in those
I still feel
in those
like,
universes you don't really have companies dispatching. You'd have to kind of make a
yeah.
exception to it, but still, it's possible.
I don't feel like they could have the same comedy and like mature audience, so
No,
like
true,
mature writing
true,
as Invincible and Dispatch. Like
true.
whereas in Invincible, obviously you still have all that adult humor and stuff. Whereas in Marvel, they need to keep it a bit more kid friendly.
Yeah, I mean, you could use the ones that literally aren't like Deadpool and stuff, but
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
I agree, it is different. Um, but yeah, end of the day, this has been a surprise for me. I could have picked it for surprise of the year, but didn't. Um, I would recommend this to anyone. I think it's one of those games where it can be played by anyone. I understand
oh
why
yeah,
some people
100%.
wouldn't like Expedition because of the RPG turn-based stuff. I still recommend that, obviously, but this is something that if you like superheroes, if you like the kind of not point and click, but the Walking Dead style of games, this is literally that. It's a perfect blend. If you like good writing, no one doesn't like good writing, but the voice acting, everything about it's amazing. The characters are amazing. I will forever remember Blonde Blazer, Invisigirl, Trackstar, Flambe. Even though he's a dick, I always remember him.
Yeah,
Punch Up. It's like Gollum. Unbelievable. It's so fucking
yeah.
good. But I'm not giving it a 10.
Oh, you're gonna give it 9, are you?
I was weighing up between a 9 and a 9.5. I'm giving it a 9.5.
Okay. Oh, you're so harsh when it comes to fence, man.
Expedition 33 this year was a 10.
Yeah.
That game has an even better story and even better gameplay. So for
Yes.
me, I know they're different games. I know they're different games. But when I look at my 10s, they're God of War Ragnaroks, they're Last of Us Part
Mhm.
2s, they're Expedition 33s. This is just below. And that's the best compliment I can give it. It's that good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that
Obviously,
good.
9.5 still an incredible rating.
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I agree with everything that you said. The characters bring this game to life, so
That's the
shout
thing.
out to all
The
the
writing is
voice actors in this game, man.
incredible. This game could be terrible with bad
Yeah.
writing, and the writing's
Oh yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. It's what makes it so funny and easy to follow through.
Yep.
The different cutscenes.
And like you said,
Um,
after chapter 1, I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna love this. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's that quick. It grabs you so quick.
Yeah, that opening scene, you're like, and
Yeah.
even like when I was talking to you about the opening scene, and you said that didn't happen on yours, I was like, what? Oh, like, I just assumed that happened on everyone's.
No.
I was like, that's like right at the start. How can you have a different thing happen right at the start? There, I was like, yeah, crazy.
Stephen, I'm very much looking forward to you eventually playing this, but you have played Battlefield 6. Is it a 10 out of 10?
Yeah, it can't be a 10 out of 10.
Come
No.
on, I don't know.
So what I love about every bit of Battlefield, it's no secret to say that I absolutely love this campaign. I have tried a little bit of the multiplayer, and that was equally amazing. But I'm terrible at Battlefield multiplayer. Like I did 2 games, and I'm just getting sniped to places where I didn't even see where I was getting sniped, and I was like, yeah, I don't have the patience to kind of learn the mechanic. In terms of the campaign, though, like every mission is a different set piece, but at the same time you feel so close to your comrades, it's nuts. Pretty much the complete tailor opposite of all the problems with Black Ops 7 are then rectified and amplified in Battlefield 6. And essentially it is basically from one set piece to another set piece, but the caveat to that is that the set pieces are done so well. The sound design, the dual sense, visually it looks incredible. There's a mission which is called No Sleep, and it's basically a huge rip-off from the London train mission in the first Modern Warfare 3, the 2011. So there's that mission where you're going between one train to another, and then you come out and you see Big Ben. And it's basically like a carbon copy of that mission. But I still loved it, but it reminded me of how much I loved that mission from the Call of Duty title. There were some emotional moments as well throughout the game. The ending itself is really good. I'm not going to go into too many spoiler details because I do think that I probably enjoyed it even more because of not knowing where the story was going. A lot of it I kind of expected. There wasn't anything there that was like a twist, but it still kept me emotionally engaged. And then each mission is fast, it's epic in scope, and it's a joy to play as well. I do have one gripe, and well, 2 gripes I should say, but the second one I'm not going to kind of hold Battlefield against this one. But the first one is that I just wish it was a bit longer because it was a very, very short campaign. Within sort of 7 hours or so, it was done. And I think there's 9 missions. If it had 12, I'd been well happy with that, because each mission is like 45 minutes to 50 minutes, depending.
How long was Black
It's
Ops
not that
7?
long.
Too long.
That took me, I think, about 8 hours.
So it's
I think.
interesting. That game felt like it went on for fucking ever because it was so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting how when you like a game, you want it, like you said with Dispatch, Andy, you want
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
be longer. So it's interesting
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they're not that different, but obviously you wanted it to be
No.
longer.
No, and also it because basically it's World War Three, so it's quite realistic. I think I said that in some of my earlier points that
Too
you're kind
realistic.
of playing it thinking this is like relentlessly realistic. But some of the moments are kind of done so like realistically well. Also like sniped on Battlefield. I wish I was able to be really good online because in the single player campaign, there is so much satisfaction you get of just blowing a dude's head clean off, and because a lot of the missions is quite wide open, that utilizing the sniper really is your best friend in a number of the missions. But like with other battlefields, we get the mission where we're in the tank, we get the mission when we're flying a plane, we get the mission when we're driving a car. We have those missions where the entire building and everything around is coming down. Missions of trying to save the president. So it has everything that we're already aware of. There wasn't anything there that I sat there and was like, oh, I'm mind blown. But it just took a very similar formula and just perfected it to make it a really engaging story. My other gripe is that it did crash my PS5 Pro. There is a bug on
Oh,
Battlefield 6 at the moment where it's on one of the missions it froze and went to a green screen, and I had to then reboot my PS5 Pro and then fix all my drives. kind of got terrified. It's like, oh my god, it's my PS5 Pro died. And when I then took it to Google, it's a wider problem that they're aware of. I think it has probably been patched now because I've not had any problems and there's been recent updates to the game. But I won't take that into consideration when I give you my score because that's not a Battlefield issue.
Yeah,
That's more
if
of
it's been
an
patched
EA
as
issue.
well, it's.
Yeah.
I can see why it
Well,
would be in your mind though.
I also think that like if EA like they're very I would say that this has been a fantastic year for EA, which I haven't said for a long time. But there's always something where you like even throughout the campaign, I was like, yeah, this is such an EA game. You can just tell with the way that they do things. Not so much in Split Fiction because that's another developer, but like even with the positives of EA FC26, they always do something. You're like, yeah, okay, EA are here. In terms of my score though, I am giving it not a 10, but I am giving it 9.5 out of 10.
Ooh,
Oh,
very
okay.
high. I'm gonna
Interesting.
have to change my
Because
prediction
there
for Game
isn't
of the Year for you, Stephen.
there isn't anything that I could like critique. It's a bit similar to what you said about Dispatch, apart from it being longer. But then like my tens are like sort of ones that we're going to be. I was about to spoil something then, but I've played 10 out of 10s this year, and it's not quite at that level. But for a Battlefield game, it's probably my most favourite campaign since I probably would say Battlefield 4. And if we were reviewing that on the podcast, I would have given that 10.
better than
Battlefield 3 and
Battlefield
4,
1.
that would also have been a 10 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Battlefield 1 with the emotional, because also like, and slight spoilers for Battlefield 1, that moment where you go to each of the individual soldiers at the very beginning of the game, and then you see their birth date and death date, and then it flashes to another point during the war. That sequence alone makes that game a 10 out of 10. How
Is
it just
Battlefield
drops you
1
straight in.
the one with the like you fly as like a dove or like a pigeon or something? You fly in across the map like delivering a message or something.
Yeah, and you also got where you've got that massive balloon that you are shooting, and you're just thinking, how is this like balloon still staying alive? And then you jump on, you shoot the guy off the turret. Yeah, because it's set in World War II.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does have the pigeon sequence. But like I remember, I think it was Battlefield 5, where like that campaign was like an 8 or a 9. To be fair, all the campaigns have always been solid, like the
Yeah.
Battlefield Bad Company games,
Mhm.
and I remember 3 and 4 just being so blown away by it. This feels like they're back to their best. But again, it's because of the competition that it's got where I can't give. I try to think what I've given. Like I gave Horizon Zero Dawn a 10, so I feel like I'm giving Battlefield too much credit if I say it's as good as that. So that's why I've dropped it slightly.
And this is more of a score for the campaign, not the overall product, obviously, because
Yeah,
you're not really
yeah.
into
I mean,
multiplayer, which is fair.
yeah. I'm not. I've always been a COD multiplayer guy. I play Battlefield for the campaigns. I think I can't. Yeah, Battlefield 2042. I didn't touch that with Barge Pub because there was no single player, which like was just an awful decision. But I just also think that it it is just so much more realistic in Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty that is just out there and it's nuts. But I do like the realism that Battlefield brings. And again, they've just, as I said, taken a formula, ran with it, and it's solid.
Yeah, I mean, considering if Black Ops 7 are free, that's obviously a massive jump up from Black Ops 7.
I definitely would recommend Battlefield 6, both the multiplayer and the campaign, because I feel like someone like yourself, Andy, I actually think you probably do quite well on the multiplayer if you like got to grips with it. But
Andy was
definitely
good
the campaign you should try out.
at Battlefield 3 back in the day.
Yeah, he's good at every single multiplayer
Yeah.
game. It winds me
Let's
up.
not big him up too much.
No, it's not.
But no, if this comes to EA Play at some point, or if it's like on sale or something, but it's not one I'm.
Yeah.
Even though you've given it obviously a very good score, just right now I've got too many things to play, so I'd rather just wait.
True.
But good review, Andy. Oh, well, in terms of what I also have been playing, Pokemon Legends Z to A. I think I'm literally right at the end now. I can smell it.
Hey,
So I won't
finally.
talk much about it now, but I want to get that done so I can then play Metroid Prime 4. Hopefully get that done in time for Game of the Year. And I want to get back to Hades 2. Finding the time to get both of those done and Pokemon. I think I'm going to run out of time for Hades 2, but I'm probably had enough time on it to rate it in my top 10.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it might not go as high as it would have if I beat it. So I got to decide on that. But that's my plans. So other than that, I've got nothing to talk about. Andy, though, you have been playing a game that I love very passionately. I don't know if Stephen even knows this game in a minute.
Unless he saw the online playing it, I don't think he does. No.
What do you think so far about Sifu?
So
Oh shit, you play Sifu?
I am. I
Oh, I didn't even see that. No.
bought it a while ago. I
Oh,
knew
you
I was
bought it a
going to play
while
it
ago.
at some point. Yeah, I knew I was going to play it at some point. So it was on sale and I bought it just so I had it. Like I've done with a couple other games. Um, yes, you was not joking, Welchy, when you said this game's fucking hard. So obviously it loads up and they do have different levels on it now. But I thought you played it through the one level it was on. It says this was the level that is intended to be played on originally. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go on that first before switching up and going easy if I need to. And I'm close to switching it over. Obviously, I haven't played that much on it. I think I've done a couple of hours. And then earlier today, when I was looking at my PlayStation, I said I've done 41% game progression on it. So I was like thinking 41%, fucking hell, I haven't even done the club bit yet. And I was like, I know this game's like 8 to 10 hours, and I don't
Mm,
know why
it's
it's saying
not.
41% on that.
It's not. It is if you on easy. It probably is. Like it's
Yeah.
too hard of a game to be 8 to 10 hours. It's only 5 levels from memory. You got I can't remember the name of the first one. You got the club. Then
I
you've
begins with
got
the S, the first one, I think.
yeah. You got the club. Then you've got
Uh,
the
the squats,
museum
I think.
squats. Yeah, the
Yeah.
museum. I think it's called the museum. That's what it is anyway. Then you got this one which is kind of like a hotel kind of place. Then you got the last level. So yes, 5 main levels. So
Okay.
it's not long.
So
You're if you beat level 2,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
most of the way through, or a good way through.
yeah. And I know you've said once you get past the club level,
That's when it
you
clicks.
should start to breathe through it more.
Hmm.
And I'm finding that struggle. So I this game's really fun. The way that it starts, the intro with the characters, with Sifu and who you play as and who you play in that first mission or that first introduction
Hmm.
is really good because then it obviously sets out that whole revenge story and you get what the whole story is about straight away. But the aging mechanic on this game, man, is so cool. So obviously the first mission, the squats area, I'm going through, and I think I got through that level, and I'm like age 33. I'm like, okay, I'm
That's
happy
not
with
bad
that.
for a first time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm still getting used to the game, still getting used to the mechanics. Then get to the club level, and obviously I'm going through there trying to beat that one, and I'm getting to my max age where all of a sudden it's game over. I'm thinking, fuck me, this game's hard because you can't get hit on this game. I don't think like it's hard. There's certain characters or NPCs that you play against. If they get hit off on you, you lose like half your health if it's a special attack. So all of a sudden you're in that situation where you die once, and if you don't reset that counter, all of a sudden you've got this pattern of
Yes.
you die a few times, and all of a sudden your age counter is gone up to 4 or 5, and then I've gone from being age 33 to all of a sudden I'm in my 60s. I'm thinking, fuck, I can't die anymore. So it's such a cool mechanic, what they've done with that, and the way that your character ages as well. Like when he jumps from 30 to 40, and you see the appearance change and stuff. I think that's really cool. The fact that it gives you like more damage over health. So obviously it notices that with age you've got more experience, so you do more damage
Yes.
maybe,
Yeah.
but you're older, so you've got less health. So
Hmm.
things like that, of course, well. Um, so yeah, it's just a matter of learning. I've started replaying the club level. I've started to sort of learn what to do a bit more in terms of sort of the mechanics and the combat.
Hmm.
In terms of like, for example, I was always trying to parry too much. Whereas if L1's to parry, if I let go of L1 and then just use the left analog stick to get my combos off with square and triangle, I'm doing more damage to my opponents. Whereas before I was holding L1 way too much, and now it's just fucking me over in terms of dodging and parrying. I feel like I thought of Expedition 33 where I used to parry a lot on Expedition 33. Obviously, I played it on the lower level to you. And then when I was watching you, and you used to say, "Oh, you don't parry, you just dodge because if you fuck up a parry, you're dead pretty much."
Yes.
And I feel like I can see this in this game where I might have to avoid using parry a lot more and just try to dodge. I don't know if that's how you felt when you was playing it, or if you remember.
I'll give you a hint to the second boss, the boss at the club level. You're gonna want to dodge. You're
Okay,
gonna want to
so
dodge.
yeah,
That's how I do it
but yeah,
anyway. There might be other ways of beating him, but I dodge the fuck out of him.
so I'm sort of learning that as I'm playing it. Um, and then one part I was like, okay, do you know what? I'm gonna try and go back to the squats level to get my age down a bit more now that I've
Yes.
got a bit more experience with the game. And I got to a part where there's like 5, 6 enemies come out at you, and I just kept dying. And all of a sudden, my age count was high. I was like, fuck this game. um, so it's frustrating, but also fun in terms of it. The challenge is fun at the moment. How long that lasts for and how quickly I break through will depend on sort of how I enjoy this game. I really don't want to switch it down to easy, especially because you've got platinum on this game. Um, but yeah, I'll give you a lot more credit for that platinum now because after playing it, that must be one hard platinum to get.
Yeah, the hardest trophy in the game is to finish the game under the age of 25, I think.
That's mental.
And honestly, finishing that
That is
last
mental.
boss, it almost broke me. So when
That
I did
that all
that,
that takes is like 2 deaths, like 2, 3 deaths, and that's it.
you have to get to the last level, I think, with at age 21.
Without, yeah, with probably that's like what 1 death. So you need to get to the last level just
Yeah,
dying once because you
yeah,
start at age 20, don't you?
yeah. If you can get there
Um,
at 20, you've got even more chance. But I think if you get there at 21, it's doable.
but like at the moment, thinking how anyone can get to that last level as age 20 is like beyond me. I know you get like permanent unlocks and stuff, so
Yeah,
I've been looking around for those
yeah,
statues and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So those are helping a bit. But yeah, no, so far I'm enjoying it. Obviously going to stick with it. I'm not sure if it's going to be the next game that I complete, because there's another game that I want to play. But yeah, it's obviously a game I'm going to try and complete over the next month or two.
Are we going to get an idea of what this game is you're going to play? Or are you going to keep it a secret?
It's a game called Skate Story.
Oh, cool. It's coming to PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, it's already out. I've downloaded it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice. I've heard good things about it. So,
yeah, I saw it on Metacritic and it was like at 80, and then I checked again and it's got more reviews and it's gone up to like 87. So I was like, and it
wow.
sort of looks like Sea of Sword of the Sea
Sort of see,
a little
yeah.
bit in terms of obviously you're on a skateboard and it's got that sort of art design to it and stuff. So yeah, I'm interested in play that. People have been saying it's good, so
Interesting. Stephen, you been playing anything else other than Battlefield?
I mean, I've been playing a bit more of Split Fiction, but I'll
Of
save
course,
that
yeah.
for next week only because we hope to have it completed or as close to being completed for when we next speak. Did you want us to, if we got time to quick look at our PlayStation
Oh,
wrap?
shit. Yeah, completely forgot about that. Thank you. Um, yes, of course. Obviously, this week, I've got my stats somewhere. PlayStation released the figures that they always do in terms of your hours on each game, or hours you played, trophies, blah, blah, blah. If you've got yours there more recently,
I
then go through yours because I didn't screenshot everything.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, why not?
I've got mine right up in front of me.
Yep.
So in terms of like top 5 games, and I'm not surprised that my number one is normally always EAFC. This is now the second year on the podcast, and last year it was EAFC 24. I think that was number one.
Yeah.
So I've done 157 hours on EAFC 25. Fortnite is number two at 154. So that is actually the closest it's been. Normally, EFC is like much further ahead at the top. So it does show that I'm playing it not as much as I used to. Like where a few years ago, I think I was getting like 400 hours on EFC. Um, number 3 is Call of Duty. Now this is Black Ops 6 and 7 combined. It's not just Black Ops 7. It said that I paid 99 hours on Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which is just not the case. On EAFC 26, which is stand one, we're at 64 hours, and then number 5 Rematch at 34 hours. I did obviously as well once I get Terrify the arcade game Split Fiction Go Already done. I would have done, I think it was 13 or 14 campaigns this year. I know you don't get that with your wrap up, but it's been a solid year campaign wise as well. Total hours played of 717 hours on the PS5 and 62 hours played on the PlayStation Portal. 33
How many
games
hours on
played.
PlayStation Portal?
62.
That's a good effort.
Mm. Obviously played quite a lot on the go that I have over the last year. Games played 16 on the portal and then 132 play sessions on the PlayStation 5, 861 with 33 games played. And in terms of trophies, I have earned 239 trophies, including 1 platinum. Don't really go for platinum.
What was that? Is that the thing?
That was the thing remastered, yeah, which I got platinum for. So really, like, not a really good year with gaming. I'm quite proud of those stats as well, the campaign, on top of what I've done in terms of cinema trips and then everything else in between. I'm quite happy with that effort, and hoping to do even more in 2026. So
I did find it funny how when I posted my hours, it was much less than yours too, and I was like, why? Then I realized you two are PlayStation.
Yeah.
When I get my Xbox numbers and my Switch numbers, if we add it together, I might be less, I might be more, I don't know, but it will be much closer than it is, because my numbers on PlayStation are pretty pathetic this year, which is we're getting to. And have you got yours there?
Yeah. So hopefully you can still see me.
Yep.
Top 5 games: Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I don't even have that, so obviously that's Black Ops 6. 105 hours. Number 2, EA Sports FC 26, 95 hours. Marvel Rivals. I'm surprised. Like, I must obviously play that a lot.
I
at the
was
start of the year,
surprised when I
like,
saw that on yours, like how many hours, because I knew you liked it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year, but I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, so 84 hours on Marvel Rivals. Obviously number 4 is a game that Beth plays on my PlayStation, and that is Disney
gonna review
Dreamlight
it?
Valley.
You're going to review the
I'll
podcast now?
I'll get her on a special episode to review it for you guys. And number
I think when
5,
you said
EA
that in the
good,
Discord,
yeah.
made me laugh out loud. Where's the review of Disney Dreamlight Valley?
it's coming soon. EA Sports FC 25 at number 5 with 70 hours. And then, give me a second. 798 hours total played on the PlayStation. Obviously, minus Dreamlight Valley hours, because that's not me. 42 games played. 333 trophies, including 1 platinum, which is obviously rematch. So yeah, those are the stats that I photoshopped screenshot.
He faked them. I was actually stunned that, like, because I feel like I've played so much Fortnite this year, but to only have it 3 hours behind EFC 25, which I've stopped playing in like June, is nuts. Makes me realise how much I always feel like I don't play a lot of EFC, but obviously I do.
Those numbers rack up. Like, it's one of those games
so quickly.
they're time sinks. You don't realize, almost like Marvel Rivals to you, Andy, you wasn't realizing how much he's playing that.
I mean, I feel like I've barely touched EFC 26, like, but I'm at the end of my first season of the Arsenal career mode, and I'm 64 hours in, which still is an immense amount of time when you compare it to everything else.
You're obviously not counting the multiplayer there as well. You've been doing Ultimate Team and stuff.
Yeah, but I've only got like 80, 90 games on Ultimate Team at this point. It's like I'm not doing hardly anything on the Ultimate Team at this stage. So I just find it nuts that will there be 1 year where an EFC title doesn't take the number 1 spot?
I would say next year, but GTA comes out so late. Do you know what I mean? If GTA came out in May, I think it'd be most people's number 1 next year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but obviously November makes it tough.
Yeah, but if you've dropped off in terms of hours for EFC 26 already compared to 25, there's a lot of games coming out at the start of next year, sort of February, March, campaign games that you want to play. Maybe they'll drop down, but obviously it's a lot easier for multiplayer games to creep in there.
Yeah, because the difficulty is that once, because I don't do, obviously, for trophies, I don't go for platinum, or I tend to focus on main stuff, and then I will go back to do side stuff at a later point, but I like to focus on getting the main story done and completed. So in that basis, you're not then going to get one of those as your number 1 unless you're doing like a massive campaign, because most campaigns are like 10 to 25 hours. So that's why the multiplayer side normally always ratchets up. Who knows? Maybe Fortnite. I kind of want Fortnite to get number 1, but because it's always been like the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Well, my number 1, I'm very happy with. It's Rematch. Which I knew it would be. It's by far my most played game this year. Of course, all my consoles, I think. 48 hours on Rematch. Obviously, got the platinum. Apparently, it took up 27% of my playtime on the PlayStation.
Really? Yeah.
Second was Ghost of Yotei at 29 hours. Obviously, haven't gone for the platinum yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I used to be the platinum guy. I'm not sure if I am anymore, just because of the podcast mainly. I'd like to play more things before the podcast.
Yeah,
To
sure.
review. Yeah.
Third is Silent Hill 2. That's how long that fucking game is. That is my third
Wow,
most played
that's
game.
mental.
How long did it take you to complete?
21 hours.
Wow.
Fuck me.
Which I know
For a
I'm
horror
saying
game,
Ghost
that is
Yote
nuts.
is longer, but that's expected. For a horror game,
Yeah, you got
21
sci-fi
hours is a
as well.
very long
Yeah.
time.
That is a very,
Um,
very long time.
Very
Bear in mind,
enjoyable.
I've only
though.
done like an hour.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that means I've
you've
still got
not
20
scratched
hours
the
to go.
surface.
Jesus
In
Christ.
fourth is Blueprints with 20 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That should have been like 12, but we'll get into that again. And then in fifth was Split Fiction with 15 hours. I'm really happy with that 5. That's 5
Joe,
fantastic fucking games.
I also just want to make a point, right? I think it's nuts that you guys did that in 15 hours for Split Fiction.
As in,
Like,
What?
long or quick?
well, yeah, quick, because like we've done. Obviously, you have to account for when you pause to make a drink and stuff. So at the moment, we're like on chapter 5, but on mine it says we've done 12 hours already on Split Fiction.
Oh,
So I have a hunch it's going to be like more towards the 20-hour mark for me and James.
We're
And
just
that
great,
makes-
that's how
we're just
good
great
we are at
gamers,
puzzles,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
But I was just thinking that is nuts. Because bear in mind that like chapter 4 took us pretty much the whole evening to
Do
get
you know what
done.
you should do? If they're still on Welch's stream or my
Probably not.
Twitch, I was going to say, like, if there's a way for you to go back and watch one of the chapters, you can then compare it to one of the chapters that you done and see, in terms
Yeah.
of the puzzles, how quicker we were. Or
I mean, it's
That's
not
the difference.
anything like because we're really enjoying the experience. But like when I look at it, it's like 15 hours. Like how the because like literally we did an hour of chapter 4 on Monday before we recorded last week's episode of the Gamer Podcast, and then we did Tuesday night from 7 to about 11:30, and we only just got to the beginning of chapter 5. Bearing in mind we did spend about 45 minutes on a there was it looked like a target, like shooting range. And we thought you had to get like 3 stars in the shooting range in the sci-fi chapter to then get a door to open. So we spent ages on this shooting range game because you have to basically hit every single headshot. I don't know if you guys did it.
I can't remember.
But basically we kept trying, and because you have to get 1,000 points to get 3 stars, 800 for 2 stars, and then 500 for 1 star. Kept trying. And then I was like, are you sure we actually have to do this? And if we'd just gone out the room and then through a corridor, we'd be on to the next bit. So we were like, that's 45 minutes sort of wasted of our time. And we have had a couple of those where we think we've got to do something that actually we don't have to do.
well, our
But yeah.
game time would be a lot shorter if we didn't have someone fucking around with pinball machines.
Yes. And we spent probably half an hour to an hour at the end trying to find that last fucking side mission.
Yeah, probably.
So it says I played 175 hours of PlayStation, which obviously is much less than yours 2 hours.
Amateur numbers.
But obviously add in my Xbox time, which I think has probably had the most play this year. When that comes out, I'm guessing Expedition 33 will be my most. I think that was around 30, 35
What about
hours.
Gears of War?
That could be 1 or 2. Call of Duty will be in there for Black Ops 6 as well, and a bit of Black Ops 7, obviously. I think Expedition will probably be just more than Gears. Because I never finished the campaign on Gears.
Do you think, Welchy, that if you add your Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, could you be getting into like 1,500 hours? Or
Oh, no.
I feel like, no?
1,500
1,000 hours?
Cool.
No, my Xbox would be maybe 250. So call it those two combined 400 and something. My Switch 2, maybe 600 hours, I'd say. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe I played my Switch more. They did last year, so I'm hoping they do it again this year. And obviously with the Switch 2 being new, I think they would want to.
I also just like to compare this. I think last year I did 650, so I've done more this year. And then when I look back to my 2021 wrap up, bearing in mind it was COVID, that was 1,100 hours that I did in 2021, which is like now.
Even
though it's
high one that one.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to see my house that year.
Yeah, because
I reckon it could be like up to 3,000.
Oh, massively. Yeah. But still, 800 hours, or like what was yours was around about that 700-800 hour mark. Yeah. That is still an insane amount of time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Find my trophy stats. So considering I used to be the trophy guy, I only got 148 this year.
Oh, you are slacking.
But if you do it hour per hour, I think my trophy per hour is better than both of yours. So let's not start that.
Probably.
We'll start talking about ratios.
I couldn't believe that Andy got 339 trophies. Like, that is nuts.
It's because he's played single player games for the first time in his life this year.
Whoa.
2 God of War games,
Wait till next year.
Spider-Man.
I'm aiming for 500 next year.
It also, I don't know if YouTube, you would have done it. It tells you how many streams you've done this year.
Oh,
I did
yeah.
59 broadcasts. That's just on PlayStation. So then obviously I did
Oh.
some Xbox broadcasts as well.
I touched on stats.
It did,
didn't see
yeah.
that. I'll go back
Multiplayer
and do it.
hours, parties joined.
The other bit that I also got like the most used controller, which was the 30th anniversary
Yeah.
DualSense controller, was the one that I used the most. Which I thought, how the fuck does PlayStation know? But obviously, there's something when you turn it on the controller that they can see which controller is being used.
Yeah.
No, they're stalking you through the camera, mate.
I did think that. I was like, how the fuck are they meant to know that? And now I'm just going to keep switched up now. But it's going to be Astrobot. I think next year will be the one that I've used the most because that's the controller that I've been using for all of my like single player campaigns. And
Before we go,
stuff like that.
Stephen, have you finished Astrobot levels?
No, I haven't. I've
Okay.
done
Tell me
one
when
or
you
two.
have.
And
Tell me
then
when you have.
I
You
beat
wanna
one
beat
of
him.
your scores. Do you remember? Like there was one that
Yes.
I overtook you.
I'm gonna go back
It
and
took
do
me
it.
fucking days. Yeah, I know. And even get to 42, I was like, please, Welchy, don't overtake that because I don't think I could do any better than that. I had to really properly try hard.
Yeah.
It was the ice one where you go and you were going over the snow.
I know that one, yeah.
And I just kept persisting with it. And I was like, yes, finally. But it reminded me over the Christmas break, I need to go back and do that.
Yeah. But cool. That is going to do it for this week or tonight's episode of the Late Night Gamer podcast. I've not changed this bit, but what did you think of Blueprints? What did you think of Dispatch? Let us know what you think of the game if you played it. Is it something you want to pick up after our glowing review of the game? And what did you think of Battlefield 6? Or Sifu? Andy's been playing Sifu. What do you think of that game? Obviously, I love that game. And Andy, I think will love it if he continues with it. But let us know what you think. Tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can also join our Discord using the link in the description to be able to get your messages in before we record our podcasts. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you're listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Speaking of which, next time, I've not changed this either. What are we doing next week, guys? I can't remember what we're doing. Discord,
what's the date next week?
podcast schedule. I think it's our last episode.
Just
It's not our last episode. It is our last episode. It's our last episode of the year, or last episodes, I should say. 2 more at the end of the year. It is our fantasy draft results.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be looking.
No.
That one.
Going to be looking at our fantasy draft results, and I guess we'll hopefully be getting Split Fiction review from Stephen, and maybe a Sifu review, Andy. Who knows? Or maybe a Skate Story review. And I'll probably have
Definitely
my
Skate Story.
first Metroid Prime 4 opinions, as well as a Pokemon review.
I might
maybe.
not be around for the fantasy draft one. I might have a really bad cough and just unable to make it.
That's fine. We'll make sure that everyone knows where you finished anyway.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
It's going to be a fun one. But thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I've been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Andy.
2025 gaming quiz champion. Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure, and definitely recommend picking up Dispatch. Well worth it.
And Stephen.
Yeah, I can't wait to play Dispatch, and definitely also check out Battlefield 6 and Split Fiction as well.
Thank you all for listening, and keep on gaming.